All right, y'all, what's up? This is Ray back with you again for our artist interview. Once everybody gets in, we'll go ahead and get started and play some songs for you. And let's get it started. Well, maybe not because it looks like the music didn't save. So let me try again. And okay. All right, y'all. I am back again. I am Ray Lamb, and I have Lucid Bars here with me. We're gonna go ahead and get the interview started. Are you there?
Definitely here.
All
What
right.
up?
So
What
where are
up?
you
From out of Delaware.
Delaware. You from Dover?
Hey, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. No, we coming out of Newark and Christiana.
Okay. My brother, well,
Yeah,
one of my
yeah.
brothers is from
We
Dover.
down. We down. We closer to downtown. Well, actually, that's pretty far from downtown. But you fuck around, wind up in Wilmington. My old stomping grounds is Brookmont Farms. If anybody know it, for the record, one way in, one way out. No drought. All drugs, crazy thugs, and plenty of guns.
Okay. All right. That's the way to start. So what got you into rapping?
Basically, I started young when I was with poetry. I just realized I had I'm pretty multifaceted on everything. I draw, poetry, everything like that. So creating and connecting lines to make pictures was the biggest thing. My my cousin Jig, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? He put everything on my back as far as like understand just being a philosopher to me, and I mean that in every sense, like teaching me everything. Every time that uh coming around him, it would be like, you know what I'm saying, just he would raise me, he would be my mentor and everything like that. So he put me on game as far as being versatile, knowing how to spit, um, just being straight raw on the bar scene and everything like that. And that's how, Word Up Styles P, I set the bar and never broke the trend. So it became something more to the aspect of, especially with intelligence wise, he always told me to get my education. So it's more intellectual and street that's basically coexisting. So I'm always up on the bar with that.
Okay. Do you? Where do you see yourself going with your music?
Potentially, I see myself going to really higher aspects. I mean, just trying to reach out to not only my particular fan base, but to bring in real hip hop back as far as real lyricism. I see my music going to different avenues as far as I get a lot of criticism, um, and not in bad ways or good ways, just versatile criticism. I get a lot of good shit though too, but still the same. Music wise would be to the top, I could say. I mean, it's not like I don't have the potential, and I don't see that myself. Anyone, everybody should always see that within their own mode, within their own person. So I'm blessed to have that encouragement within myself, that spiritual ambition. But I see my music really, really going to the top as soon as things really um work out there as far as like networking and everything like that. I got to get on base with that.
Okay. So I've listened. We've already listened to a couple of your songs so far. Is like your favorite person to work with Tony Casanova, or do y'all just work with each other a lot?
Nah, we just work with each other a lot. The most of those songs that I actually put him on a couple of those songs. And majority is just us getting in the studio and vibing. I never really come with like a form of direction. Whenever I hit the studio, it's more or less if I don't have my tracks in order for what I want to lay down and record, then it's just us. Like, I just come to spend time with my niggas, and that's just the build. And because I mean, still sharp and still. So his bars, the caliber. Sometimes we pick different beats just to try. and see how far we can go and what we can create and what we can compose together, and it just blends so nicely. You know what I'm saying? It's just lyrical meets lyrical. So that's one of the biggest that's one of the biggest aspects that I prefer about doing tracks with certain artists. If the music don't move you, then don't do it. You know, if it doesn't bring you to illustrate and create bars, then don't bother do it. But that's one of the main people that really actually like inspires.
Okay. So for your music, what do you have coming up?
I got tons and tons of work. Shout out to Ducks. Um, Big ups on that. He did the Monster Chest video that's getting ready to get released. Um, I got my EP coming. It's Skrilosophical. Also got Skrilosophical 2 already in the mix, getting ready to come out behind that. Skrilosophical 3 getting ready to come out behind that. I'm really ahead of my time right now. We got Babbling, Artisan Works. Also, this is coming out December 8th. I just checked the pre-release date today to make sure that all the dates were locked in, everything was official. So I got Artisan Works, Babbling, Divine Authors, and it's a mixture of everything. Money Bags too. I got One Moment coming after this album. I got a select mixtape with Case Just Itself coming. So a lot of ventures that we're expanding on, and a lot of tapes that's getting ready to get dropped. Working on a single with Ducks. I gotta finish that up. But a lot more videos and a lot more music to drop. It's just on the way. All I gotta do is it's just in the program of what's getting ready to happen.
Okay. So who would you say was like a big influence for you in music?
A lot of people ain't gonna agree with me on this, and I have multiple artists that I don't listen to. I study them. When I, for me, it was Jay-Z. The ability to transcend the preference of stigmas and stereotypes and come up to change your wordplay, your bar catalog to from talking about streets to illustrating that and transcending the tone. So what he did was he talked about streets more into business. So now he talks business, but he's still talking street, but he's talking business in a different retrospect. And that was one of the main people who really like transformed my mind. I watched that just from. I think what really got me was Streets is Watching. If anybody from that era or just coming up, I was real young at that time, but my cousins were still letting me vibe on that and really get to see what everything was in a kaleidoscope effect, like everything at every angle what the streets really had. So Jay-Z, I mean, just barific type plays. So Jada Kiss, I mean, Method Man, Wu Tang, all of them. I mean, just so many different styles, versatile is what really mentored me and pushed me and to be big inspiring. But the biggest of all was Jay-Z.
Okay. So if you could collaborate with an artist, what artist would that be?
Oh man, that's something crazy right there. I think
Ooh,
one of the biggest artists I would love to collaborate with right now would be J. Cole.
facts. He's spitting some shit.
Yo,
So, hmm,
no, I was gonna say the caliber of what he's bringing, yo, is just isn't is he's fortifying his level. Like he doesn't really go out and above or keep it too low. He just keeps it just right, but still has that explosion to it. Pause. But
mhm,
um, it's the caliber of just where he's spitting at. I feel like I'm not in the same bracket because I can't call myself up there like that, but I do have those bars like that. But um my transitioning from a little bit of conscious. What you're gonna hear in this album is a bit conscious, and then I got other singles, but more or less all my new stuff. I'm taking it back to all my gritty bar rap. So I'm taking it back to the 302, all the way 100, and I represent for Queens, bless Jamaica.
mhm.
Um, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot for the up north to be down here doing some things and bringing some real rap back.
So right now, are you still in Delaware or where are you staying at?
No, no, I'm here in Charlotte. I'm here in Charlotte, South Side. I've been here in Charlotte for a minute. Loving it so far. Did a couple bids, got locked up, while when I was a youngin' and stuff like that, then came into my age. Um, but for the most part, man, I've loved it. All my stomping grounds, everything like that, really made my name known. Even before I was really rapping, niggas knew I had the gas. Um, but yeah, I've been here for like over like what per se. Actually, both Carolinas. I stayed in South Carolina for like almost like 8 years, and I've been here for like almost like 10 years. So really, I've been in the Carolinas for like over like
Almost 20
17
years.
years. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So was there a time where, like, when did you start rapping?
Man, I started rapping when I was what like 13. Started rapping when I was 13. I really knew I had something going. And when you just got that drive and that juice and you like, but you can't really like put it into personification. You can't really put it out there, like exemplify it. So it came into my mind like in a later tone where I was just like I want to say by like 18, I was really roughing it and really like trying to like figure out where, you know, my style is, what how I want to rap. Do I rap fast? Do I rap slow? Do I rap medium? Can I put all those together and really toning and honing my skills, sharpening my craft? And then like 20s, I really started to feel where it was coming in. I dropped that down for a little bit and picked up my pen because I was always in a tight sector with some of the biggest people all around. Was like right hand man to some of the biggest peoples, like everywhere I was going, like whether it was South Carolina, North Carolina, and shit like that. And they knew I had the juice. And a lot of people used to ask me, "Come on, come on, come on, come on." Even like still to this day, I remember my man Bang was here in Charlotte, and this was back in like 2008, between 2008 and 2010. And he had, excuse me, and he had a lot of stuff going on as far as his man's was linked up with Gucci Man and stuff like that. And he really actually came through and they said they was chilling with him for a day. I ain't even believe him, but he really did, and that shit blew my mind. So uh got to a point where it was like, damn, like I really need to pick up the pen and do something. And I did my last bid that I had to go do. Well, actually I got jammed up. Did 3 years, 3.5 years, came home and wanted to get settled and get straightened out. And that's when my real craft was kicking in. And I think I really fell into who I was on rapping when I went and did my last bit after that because I was out 2 years and I had to go back and then do another year. And I went, got a charge, did another year, came home and flat out went strong with Skrilla music. I had a mixtape, the Lucid Dreams of a Poet mixtape. I had all the tracks written down before I came home. I just went ahead and laid it down, and I had a mixtape done in less than 3 months.
Oh, that's good. So you were just writing and then, like, do you make your own beats or do you get beats? How does that go?
I can technically, I choose not to go down the avenue because it's like it's like you always want to be able to be the most creative person you can be, especially when it comes down to everything. And that's like something I said like earlier. I hone that craft. I don't just listen to artists. I study them. Even the people around me, Dux, Zay, Mo, Case, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Other artists that I meet out, I'm studying the styles. I'm studying the hieroglyphics. I'm looking on the wall. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for all the signs. So
Mm.
I I try not to jump into that avenue where I don't have the total professionalism on that. But when I know I need to do that, I know that I have the skills to create that technical graphic.
Okay. So what inspires you the most with your music?
I believe it's soulful. Um, for me, it's the essence of hip hop. I I've always been attuned in tune with music. My grandfather, God bless his soul, was always into jazz. And I was in band when I was in high school. I played the drums. So the beats is like the rhythm. It's like Indian. It's like Indian shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the rhythm. It gets me. It makes me illustrate the lyrics without even having to try and think about it, secondhand notion. It becomes me. My grandfather used to keep us in the house on Saturdays because we were Seventh Day Adventists. So we couldn't go nowhere until like the sun went down. And by the time the sun went down, we couldn't go nowhere anyway because my grandmother was like, "No, y'all ain't going outside." So he kept us in all day and had us listening to records, and it was all jazz. So the music just became me.
Okay. So right now we have a song. Let me see what song it is. I'm gonna play a few songs. It looks like we have "Say They Hate Us" and I can't see the next one, but that's the song we're about to get into, and then after that we'll come back and play some more. We'll talk to you some more.
I
All right. All right, we are back. My bad for the song mix up. They do be saying a different song though, maybe because I just played that one. So I do apologize. But before I continue, anybody in the chat have any questions or anything that they would like to say? Would they like to join and ask some questions or talk before I continue? And nobody says anything. I'm just gonna
anybody say anything. You can ask
go.
me. You can ask me anything. You know what I mean? I'm an open book, man.
Do you have any like funny stories about rapping or anything that's happened to you while you do?
Oh, oh man. Oh, I'm glad you asked that because it always sticks on my mind. Back in the day, I used to do battle rap, and that's where a lot of my bars come associated with. I still got people right now asking me to do battle rap on big platforms in Charlotte, and it's not the fact I turn them down, but at the same, um, high school crazy, uh, was spitting super crazy lyrics, and we had Freestyle Friday like every Friday, so we was copying 106 in Park. I go to battle the best spitter in school. He had a deal. I think he had like a basic deal, starting deal with distribution deal with Sony Records, and he was blessed for it. So we on the yard. He spitting. He coming hard. He like nah. He like who gonna go first? I was like nah. Let him go first. So he went first. Everything like that. I came back. He was like, because the whole setup was if I beat him, I was gonna get lunch for like he was gonna have to pay my lunch for the rest of the year. And I mean like we had like the whole other half of the year to go. So I'm spitting everything like that and I fuck around and say a bar at the end, like I had the whole thing christened, and the last bar that I spit was like something keep my keep your you know what I'm saying out my mouth, and I meant to say keep my out your mouth, and I totally flipped the shit, and so everybody was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, this is so much embarrassing." I was like, "Damn." So yeah, you got
So
funny.
usually we do this at the end, but since you said this, you want freestyle?
What it is, what it is.
Go ahead. I ain't got no beat for you. You just gotta come off the head. Like,
I said this just the tip of the iceberg. I move with a wave flow. Balls be heavy dump trucks dropping the payloads. Back to collecting cheese like chips breaking in queso. Niggas on every block, time managing payrolls. This four-fifth element turn your body to Play-Doh. Disfigure your face till it starts with a halo. Niggas be sad like Puff missing a J-Lo. Every bar I drop be jewels in a halo. Think thinking about op sliding? Hope you came with your skates close. For this broccoli I steam, getting popping like vape smoke. I reverse down your block, Dukes of Hazard, I spray close. Walk up in broad day, sun rays, how I spray clothes. Thought he was taking pictures, how the flash hit him face froze. Put hands on your body, mechanic plies and needle nose. All the war, my son's on the prowl with twinkle toes. Expendable Arm and Hammer, I'm mercenary, this piece alone.
You was quick with it. I like it. All
Not
right,
only
so
that,
there
bro.
were some questions. Oh, go ahead. I'm
Right.
sorry.
Oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It's Lucid Bars, dummy. Ain't nothing about me half-ass. You talk trash, I spray kill shots quicker than Black Flag. I rubber grip 40 to the verses in a black bag. Extreme ball robbery, I'm nice with a black mask. Formed in parentheses, my emphasis be stat cash. Lost to some anger shit. You get broken like tempered glass. Verizon man deep. Pack of wolves on a rapid dash. Moving like Neo. Mr. Smith, I'll be on your ass. Old school use of potatoes so you don't hear the blast. Niggas stuck in fetal position. Soon as I hit the pad, call the cab. Niggas get peeled quicker than fresh scabs. Hulk smash, road race, stainless steel. Catch this jet lag.
All right, now you just trying to show off because now I'm finna ask for 2 freestyles to show. Mm.
That's if they up
So,
to that's if they up to par with it. Every verse, every freestyle I got my books. And I mean I got books galore. I got free verses galore and they all stick in my head. Every time I do a show, I open up with a acapella.
okay. So was that like something you already had like in the vault, or that was just like straight thoughts?
It's straight thoughts and what I got in the vault. I can mix it, I can match it. I mean, it's whatever.
Okay. All right. So we do have a question from Tony Ducks. He asks, "What do you like more, writing or performing?"
Hmm. That's a real deep question right there. I really like I really like writing more. Performing is is selective uh um it's like selective criticism. It's like when you go and you see what the vibe is, what the venue is for the night and stuff like that, so you pick your songs accordingly. I don't know if every artist does that, but professionality causes that. So you tend to have to really choose in discretion upon the notion of what fan base you got in the building, who's really gonna feel what and how they're gonna feel it, because people will jump for the dumbest shit that these artists are putting out here, and it just sounds like buffoonery. I don't have time for the jump around. And like I said, my new status and where I'm going, should I say my direction of where I'm going, I'm bringing my gritty bars back. So it's about to get real heavy. So a lot of people can't compete, and I hate, barreling down on them like that as far as like really over ODing on the show. So performing is like, I came to do business, but writing is my naturality. I have fun and I can really create instead of trying to be poised and trying to be, to a certain stature. I can relax and really just write. I love writing all day long.
Okay. Is writing kind of therapeutic to you?
It definitely is because like I said, I started out writing poetry and I wrote poetry as a form of like losing myself in my thoughts. And I'm a Buddhist. So for me, I live by the phrase "omoi no tebanashi," and it means opening the hand of thought. It means to think. It means to not think about thinking so you can think. It gets real deep. It helps you to bring the reality of real thoughts to your brain without thinking about them. So when people sometimes have writer's block or can't write, or they seem like they have like something that's just plug in that where the whole essence is not coming through, you don't think about the writing, and it just, you be sitting around, you be like, you spit something out your head and you're like, that bar was hard as hell, but you never wrote
Yeah.
it down because you wasn't supposed to. It was a natural thought. So the essence of your caliber, your abilities is natural. Don't force it. Just let the pen hit the paper.
Mm. Okay, there are other questions, but I did have a question because you. Okay, so is what is it like being a Buddhist? I don't know if that's an appropriate question to ask, but like, what is it like? Is it any like things that you practice or do that like aren't something that is no, I don't know. Are you understanding what I'm trying to ask?
I definitely do. I definitely do. It's hard to, um, it's hard to translate. I know. Um, I used to. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say I used to. I for me as being a Buddhist, it helps me to stand in the grass of reality. Um, People say there's a difference between surrealism and then fantasy and stuff like that. But Buddhism helps you to see the severity or, the scales to weigh on either side. They help you to see the aspects of general nature. And I sit down and I talk to Ducks and we build and he helps me to see inescapably like certain notions of what I wouldn't see because my mind is so concentrated on I'm not saying a one track mind, but some people are so conflicted just to think in their natural like just that's the way my principles and my beliefs and stuff will help yourself to be optimistic to another person's belief but find a middle ground where y'all balance out, and that's what causes a good coexisting relationship with friends, with family, with anybody, Tom, Jerry, whoever down the block, you know what I'm saying? Like it just helps you to blend in with everybody, and in another aspect, you see what's right and what's wrong. But not only that, the notion of um, seeing the beauty in the reality of the pain, the suffering, the struggle, the ups, the downs, the wins. It's an enlightening mood when you can really relax and stop thinking and really grasp the fact of reality and know what you need to do. For me is finding my zen line and staying focused, knowing that things will work out, having the faith and hope. Buddhism is a relation with Christianity in a certain aspect, but Buddhism at a whole helps you to stay concentrated in your whole psyche. Your spiritual is everything. So you should be able to focus that inner energy through all your aura and your chakra so you can create. When they say talk things into existence, that's what they mean by that. So you focus your energy into the laws of attraction, like the 48 laws of power. You're powerful, your laws of magnetism, whatever you want to dream or whatever you want to be consistent in life with, if you focus on that energy, it will magnetize, it will come to you. But it's not only that, it's also in relation with the fact of standing strong on your pillars. Faith without works is dead. I hate to be preaching. That ain't me.
No.
But my father, my grandfather, my father's father was a pastor. So faith without works is dead. And you can have the faith in the spiritual ambiguity through your chakra aligning, helping you to grasp what you want, but you got to be willing to put the work in nonstop. I I suffered. This is how strong my relation with just my omnipotent essence. I had viral pneumonia for like a year and a half. I was even in the studio recording and couldn't even breathe out a line, but it's still aligned to get the work done. After that, I kind of fell back for a while, got things straightened out. Case called me, was like, "What we gonna do?" AR jumped on me, was like, "Bro, what the fuck? You got super fucking talented rhyming skills." He compares me to like Eminem skills. Like it's crazy the way I can take certain words and rhyme with them that other people can't. And that is a very efficient talent. And and then I went into to work and nonstop from the beginning of this year all the way to now. I haven't stopped performing. I've performed over like probably like 40 to 50 shows now within a year.
Oh, wow. So
So
where are
that's
you
what
performing at?
I'm performing at all venues through town. Really, uh, See, man, we got Press Box, Hayes Bar and Lounge, Club Mirage, other venues where they rent out office spaces that are pretty big. LAG events, thankful events. I donated for Toys for Tots on that event. Um, do a lot of nonprofit stuff. Anywhere around town where there's any type of promotional aspect of these event organizers are hosting showcases or open mics, I'm in there everywhere. And sometimes I don't even go to perform. I just pop up to show love because I put my face out there because this is the type of business that we're in. And if I'm not out there in the streets showing the fact that I'm really out here, who's going to believe that I'm really, really there? So, and I get a lot of hits from people that I support or show love to, and they constantly keep me in the loop of everything. I had just got a message before I jumped on here, and that's already free because it got to a point where they started knowing the fact of my caliber of what I was doing.
Mm.
And now I don't even I half the shows I perform and the other half I'm judging.
Okay, that's awesome. So it looks like we do have Mr. Van Gammon who has joined. Go ahead, Mr. Van Gammon.
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, Lucid Bars, man? Good to
What's
meet
up?
you, and definitely appreciate your energy, and definitely feeling the music. We do have
Appreciate you.
some more questions that we wanted to get through. Jasmine Shanice asks, who are your dream collaborators? I know you said earlier you said artists would be J. Cole, but she also asked about producers. So do you have any producers that you would want to tap into?
I would really love to get up with Nitty Beats.
Mm.
Um 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 um, um oh God, I can't think of his name. DJ Premier.
Oh, shit.
Um 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 Guru.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely, because on the what was it Gift and the Curse when he and that was really actually live music that he composed for
Mm.
Jay-Z when he was like, I brought the flutes this time, no Guru. Yo, that shit was snapping. Um ah I can't think of Eminem's DJ, and I always remember his name. He's got an odd name, but yeah, that collab with him also because he creates some really really
Is it Who Kid?
technical beats. No, not Who Kid. Oh man,
I think I know you.
I'm gonna have to Google
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
it.
look it up. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
He worked with a few, but
right. You know exactly what
yeah,
I'm talking. I believe
yeah.
his name. I believe it begins with like an A or something like that. And he's really like out of this world for stuff. But it's been so long. It's been like over like 20 years, and I mean I've listened to so many. The newcomers though, with some of the most grittiest beats right now, just that alone, I would love to jump on and stuff like that.
Thanks. Dope, dope. Yeah. Since you come from a battle rapping space, do you have any battle rappers that you actually follow and tap into that you keep up with?
Um, Definitely underground stuff in Charlotte. Shout out to Javelli, my little bro. He always call me big bro. He always know he got his he didn't take his style from me, but we was on the block. I watched him grow up since he was like 13. He's now like 20 something, and I watched him become something great for that bar league for the 32 bars league.
Wow.
There's side subsidiary leagues that I work that I keep in tone with some of the other artists because they know me from just showing my face there and showing support for them. Um, I think it's like FFY something. I'm not sure if it's something like that for Charlotte, the UFC Charlotte UFC CLT. Mostly all of them. I was already on Smack and I was already on top of all that with Smack and the Lions Den. A lot of people don't even remember the Lions Den for real. You know what I'm saying? Um, all of those rappers, especially what's his name? Blonde Fury. You got a
Right.
Mexican guy now. Right, right. You got a Mexican guy now who on Facebook. I can't remember his name by heart, but he's crazy spitting. You got a bunch of other people. I mean, they're just coming into the game and really really being intricate to the the aspect of how they bring in the bar. So yeah, I'm definitely in tune because that actually gives me motivation. It helps me to critique my bars along with them. You don't want to take their style, but you want to get something from it where you like you see where you're lacking at in certain areas. So yeah, I'm
Mm,
definitely in tune with the battle scene.
no doubt. Okay, cool. Um, I did have one question that I put in the chat before I came up here. Um, since you do live in the lyrical space, on you have appreciation for that. I could definitely tell from the music. Um,
Thank
there
you.
are there are a lot of things that are coming up as far as like industry, like with with acting and just media in general and stuff, whatever. And music just so happens to be under that umbrella of entertainment. And since AI has dropped, it's been used as a tool for different ways. I recently saw where Lupe Fiasco used AI to help generate lyrics, um, to help write a song. So I was asking if you would consider co-writing a song with AI assistance. Why or why not? Just kind of getting like, what's your take on where technology is going? Because it's gonna be something later on and stuff. Whatever, they're already doing people voices and making music with just AI stuff already. So it's just a matter of time.
I think it's a cheat sheet, to be honest. And I thought about it the other day because I'm always running into all these apps and everything like that. No matter what's going on, I'm always trying to stay in tune with the latest news, what's popular, what's really kicking. And there's a lot of platforms, so it's hard to keep up with all the news, even though they seem like they're on top of all the gossip. You know what I'm saying? Like TMZ.
Right.
So um the AI software, I love it to a certain extent. To add it into my abilities, I would say yeah. To try and use it as a crutch, that would never happen because I'm so organic that my rhymes are critically above the AI itself. The AI, it would be like an AI battling an AI because the way that my lyrics are composed and the way that I write, it would be like the AI would throw something in there and I'd be like, that's helpful, but what if I switch this other bar around for this bar? I'm so
Right.
critical that I depend on the stanzas, the BPM, and a lot of people don't critique on that. This I have a book that calls out for stanzas that there's a word to rhyme with every single word, and that goes back to Eminem. But I found the book, and I can't remember who that book is with now. I don't know if it's with my man's KD or with Case, but that book is it's a book of stanzas. It tells you how to rhyme, like limericks,
Mm,
like all the different types of category of poetry. So whether you're given a sonnet, a limerick, or just a basic poetry flow, whether it be 1 2 1, 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4, I'm always in a different chord. So I probably would, but it would be kind of technical. It'd be like battling the computer, and I'm not with that. I'm too organic.
it's like playing chess with the computer, right? So yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. And this is chess, not checkers.
right. Nah, that's dope. All right, Tony Ducks asks, who do you get compared to the most?
Say
He
it
said,
again.
"Make." Tony Ducks asks, who do you get compared to the most? Then he put Mexican OT.
Who do yeah, and I seen he put Knife Wonder. That's right, it was Knife Wonder. But there's another producer that I know I wanted to work with. He got it on my mind too. I'm ambidextrous. I work retroactive.
Okay.
Um, who do I get compared to with? I get compared to I don't really know. You'd have to ask Ducks or Case because they know who I'm compared to the most. It's like the element of surprise, and I just take it as like what I'm saying like I'm grateful. I'm just grateful that I
Mm,
have this extraordinary talent, and that
right.
I'm actually doing something with it. Because most people will sit on it and be like, what I'm saying, and then by the time they try to really do something with it, it's fading. I don't
Mm,
want it to fade it. It's like Maya Angelou. Don't die without singing your song.
facts.
Don't die without singing your song. Right. Facts. Bird in the Cage. All these books, man, people got to read them, man. And that expands your mind to a different aspect too. But who I really get compared with, I can't, I'm going to say who I compare myself with. Nobody.
Mm,
Because, because the aspect that I studied hip hop artists, I took a lot from different artists all around. So it's not like I really have, at a time, at a point in time, let's see, late 2000s, people was biting each other's raps. Like people were biting that 1 2 3 4 style from Drake when he was just pushing that, coming out with his first mixtapes.
Right.
Um, uh, it's just I'm different, you know, and I don't I don't feel as though I want to compare myself to another artist. I want to be that extracurricular indifferent, so they could be like, you sound like, but you got this hellified different type of swag, and that's what they give me. But if anybody would tell you who I sound like or who I kind of spit like, it'd be Ducks Case, because they're the most like, you know, like they see it, and
Yeah.
that's what I rely on. That's what I rely on a lot.
So Case is saying that you sound like Immortal Technique a little bit. So for me, I grew up with with battle rap as well. You know, what I mean, I was doing all that too as well. So the message boards and well, I don't know, I don't want to date myself or anything, but yeah, there was message boards and everything, and the Immortal Technique was like one of the underground dudes that was really killing it. So I think I hear with the way that you deliver, I hear where he's saying the Immortal Technique. And then also he said Future from 8 Man, but he was, he was
I know he got me with that shit. I
yeah.
ain't want to laugh yet. He had me. My nigga said, I'm just kidding. He saw a
Yeah.
Future from 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire though. But I feel I can actually see that. You know what I'm saying? And I did. I didn't even really know about Immortal Technique until my Dominicans put me on him, because I believe he
Oh,
is like
word.
Spanish or something like that a little bit.
Yeah, he's Spanish.
But when I started listening to him, it was I mean, it was catastrophic. I was like, yo, this man is putting out some crazy. And in between that time frame, I was listening like bars, like BARS, like Cassidy, like
Right.
the way I needed to come out. And I was just putting my whole mind aspect in the battle. And I think um who else really had uh man, I just gravitate to those particular rappers. But yeah, Immoral Technique really has, I think. And the reason why I think, because I'm gonna say this, is because they know me for spitting some really intellectual bars inside my raps. And I was
Right.
like, but it's nonchalant though. It's something that I kind of became as I got older and matured and stuff like that. So I started really speaking those, you know what I'm saying? Because I can talk different lingos. I can talk business lingo with you. I can talk street lingo with you. You know what I'm saying? I could talk, you know, book lingo with you. It's just the basics, just my nature. I'm ambidextrous. I mean, that's just my essence. So,
Man, that's what's
but I
up.
can see that though.
For sure, man. Okay, cool. Do we have any other questions in the chat? I think Ray's back. So or we got any other joints we want to get into?
I'm back like a
Oh, you on the road? Okay.
Leave alone. I had to get your little homegirl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything
Case
else, Ray?
case I use big words.
Oh yeah.
I can't help that, man. It's good to have a very wide vocabulary. You don't, when you sit down with somebody, you don't want to speak from the soul pre-recorded. Um you want it to be very spread out. You know what I'm saying? Just really have a vernacular or vocabulary for great talking. You know what I'm saying? I have the ability to speak to a room and really, I don't want to say change their minds, but drive their minds to a different perplexity, like I'm doing now. But this is just natural. You know what I'm saying? The words, I'm not trying to really push them words. I can still speak the street jargon, but it's just my naturality. So I don't fight it. I just let it be. If you can't understand, it's like 50 Cent said, the New York way. I ain't talking fast. You just listening
You
slow.
listening slow. Yeah. I like
Like
it.
So I have another question. This is just because I'm nosy. What made you get into Buddhism?
I went to prison for them 3.5 years, and I felt like I failed myself because I was I was crazy at what I was doing. I was out in the streets. I was hustling. Niggas know me for Shady Oaks, Stomping Trail, all day. I'm in the cuts with a book bag and a 40 on my hip. I probably got the other strap in my book bag with a jar full of stank and a scale in there and bags. And and then it was like I was doing drugs at the same time. So um, I really had to find myself because I feel like that wasn't the route that I was supposed to go because my cousin always told me to find something to do something, but because I didn't get a chance to stay in Delaware when I was supposed to and really like come to a different aspect. If I had stayed in Delaware, I'd probably be like I don't I'd probably be on some shit right now where my cousin would have pushed me to a point where, I mean, like, I'd probably be at stardom right now because I had more avid listeners and more avid fans that would have gravitated towards me instead of trying to do it the hard way down here. But regardless, I still put in the work because I know that there's people out here who still want those real bars. They want that real craft. And people listen to me all the time. They like, yo, you are fucking fire, you crazy. So when I come off the top and I just give them rhyme after rhyme after rhyme after rhyme, they be sitting there like they jaw just be hanging like, yo, like what kind of I've even challenged certain artists who are like, I'm not gonna say like A-listers, but like C-listers who have some type of good distribution and promotion right now. And I've challenged them like, you can try me if you want, but nigga, I tear your whole soul out your body. Shang Tsung. Like you don't want it when if I get pissed off, like seriously, like I just concentrate and I elaborate to a different aspect and I'll blow them out the water. You know what I mean? So that's why.
Okay. Because usually, like when people go to prison, they come out Muslim. But you said Buddhist. That's why I was really interested.
Right. I just wanted to change the aspect of my thinking because I knew that I had all in all, long story short, I knew I had the power to change my future.
Mm.
And I needed to concentrate on who I needed to be, where I needed to be, and what I needed to become. And I didn't really even, I ain't even create my name. The boys behind the Iron Curtain gave me my name. I just came to the part where I put the Lucid in front of the bars. I was just going to put the name Bars. I put the name Lucid because I speak lucid thoughts. When you listen to my music, you'll hear there's gems in everything. You know what I'm saying? And the gemstones are like wisdom and knowledge. And I knew I've had that. I always felt like I lived a different past life, and this is just the phoenix. You know what I'm saying? So with me reincarnating, it was like, dang, because my family is actually all the girls in the family that my grandmother had, my mom and everybody was witches. They do white magic and black magic. My mom does voodoo. So because we're island, my whole family is from Barbados. So to that aspect, um, I really felt like I had a more spiritual essence of a calling and stuff like that. And I listened to my six senses. My six senses kick me all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm clairvoyant. I'm premoninistic. So I always see these things in a vision, and I always had a vision. So I just put that together and toned up, and really sitting me down for those 3.5 years made me see what I need to see. I mean, I've seen some things behind the wall, man, for real. So, and I'm not saying it scared me. What I just saw was that I don't want to be there. Why should I
Like
have
a
somebody
reality
telling
check.
me, right? And that's what drove me into the line of and somebody else came to me and they talked to me about the stuff. And I'm also very sensible to the nature of Tai Chi. Tai Chi is what drove me to that, and there's also Reiki for healing. Reiki is a spiritual healing aspect of meditation. So I drove into that. So that's what really drove me into Buddhism as far as honing my skills, and it helped me um to tone it and hone it and craft it. And every time I get off track, I just think about not thinking about stuff. So all those teachings were what helped my pillar stand. I even studied Islam. I studied Islam too. So I'm very faceted. I'm very multifaceted in every area aspect, and just being free will nature, but also keeping my brain in check and realizing that it's danger, it's all types of things around me, stuff you don't need to get into. It helps me stay focused and stay away from the dumb shit.
Yeah, I like that.
Basically
So,
keeping my life in balance. But that's what really
right.
pushed me to be a Buddhist.
Okay. So we do have some more songs. I'm not gonna say no names this time because it says a song, but I don't know if that's the one that's gonna play or who artist it is. So, did we already listen to CL19? Did I already play?
Which one was it?
It says CL19.
Oh nah, that's yeah, that's code 19. Yeah, that's a big one right there. That's a real heavy
Okay, so
hitter.
that one hasn't played yet. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into that, and then we'll be back for some more questions, and we'll go ahead and finish this up.
Word.
All right, those are your songs. We do have a few more songs to go. Just a reminder, you said that you have your EP coming out next month. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You said you have your EP coming out next month.
Right, right, right. Philosophical part one. Um, got a lot of hits on it. This EP actually transcends. This is the one that transcends because I'm going back to my Diddy rap, and all of these songs in here is really like, I mean, just exponential. I mean, the creativity, the bar work on these, really just being street rap. It takes it to a whole different caliber and really showing a whole different side of me as far as like not just like talking like jewels in the big words, but like making it more more street lingo educated. I don't want to say I don't want to say I dumbed it down, but they jumped on me a couple, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't be too technical out here. Some of the things you got to keep it to like the 1-2 aspect. You know what I'm saying? Keep it with the go with the punches, like you know, keep it simple and not so much complex. And sometimes the simplicity makes it a complexity. So you gotta learn how to balance and juggle and juggle it out, fault. But at the same time, I wanted to get back to my old ways because that's where I knew I had the people gravitate towards me more. So once I got all that out of my body from the Buddhist and prison and mine was on some different shit. But I was still rapping crazy behind the wall on some straight street shit. But I really wanted to everything that I was. Sometimes you going through stuff and you just like, and everybody goes through some things behind the iron curtain. And
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say it toned my bars to a certain way, but I was still delivering. But I gotta really envelop that. I gotta really personify that. So I want to put that out there. The fact that look. I'm from the streets too. I done did time too and everything like that. Like, we gotta be upper echelon. We gotta be. Our minds gotta grow, man. It's time to get about real mature business and shit. You know what I'm saying? Still spit that on your
Okay.
track, but be about your money though.
Facts. Well, if anyone else in the audience has any questions, I don't just know what you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking to me or not because I don't have any music on. I sound muffled. I have on my earpiece. I'll take it out.
Nah, I can hear you.
Hmm.
I said, nah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's you just don't know. But, I do like to thank you. Oh, you sound muffled, not me. Okay. So I do like to thank you for taking your time out and doing this interview with us. We're gonna play a few more songs, and then we'll go ahead and let you songs that you want to be played.
Um, I think about it.
You
You
don't
got
have
money.
any?
I mean, it's money bags. I mean, it's uh. I think it's already playing Lucid Intermission. Everybody says it's one of their favorite songs.
Okay.
Uh, you know, they all of them are gemstones in the rough. So believe me, it's multiple different flavors on every track. So for me, uh, for me,
Hmm.
nah, I feel like Lucid Intermission out of most of them, or Butter Knife. Because
Okay.
it speaks a different, right? It has a whole different lingo. It really speaks out.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and play those. Again, I'd like to thank you. If anybody has any questions in the chat, go ahead and drop them. Before I let him go, I'll go ahead and ask. But if not, I'll just let the songs play. And I do hope you have a good night.
Appreciate y'all most
All
definitely.
right.
Thank
All
you for
right.
that,
One.
all the opportunity, all the questions, everybody. So,
All right. No problem. We thank you more. So give me 1 second. I'll go ahead and get some music. All right. So I'm not seeing any questions in the chat. I got all my questions out. Again, I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight and letting us do this interview with you.
I
Is there
appreciate
any
y'all.
final words you'd like to say?
The biggest one of all, besides the Omoy no Tebanashi, and that's a word. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, a word is worth 1,000 pictures. Make
Mm,
your shit known. Don't die without singing your song. Create them words in the pictures and paint it pretty. Show people what the real vision is.
respect. And anybody have something to say? Oh, well, what are your socials so everybody can follow you?
Lucid Bars 302 on Instagram. You know what I mean? That's really the only platform I'm really dealing with right now. I'm kind of I'm kind of like selfish on the other platforms. I'm about to go ahead and create my Facebook profile back, but at the same time, I just don't deal with all the sad and all the emotional type of bullshit. But yeah, Lucid Boss 302. Like I said, Monster Chest is getting ready to get released. Skrilosophical Part One is about to hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? That EP's got five hard tracks. Two tracks that was supposed to be put out a while ago, but you hold on to gems at the right time. It's all about
Mhm.
it's all about figuring it out. You can find my Spotify link through here, or you find it on my page. Same thing with my profile, my music profile on United Masters, and everything's on the way. Plenty more music to be released out. Case got some gems that he holding on to. Like I ain't gonna mention no names of the songs, but he holding on to some shit. We gonna get it there. And Ducks, you already know we're gonna get that No Mercy track done. I got a lot of work coming, so y'all be surprised at the gritty hip hop that I'm about to bring to the table. So much love to all y'all. I salute everybody. And like I said, man, any other inspiring artists out there, everybody that's listening, however y'all, going about y'all craft, just keep at it, man. Don't die without singing your song. Much love.
Thank you. When you drop your EP, come back and let us play it for you.
Most definitely. Said just play on the whim. I'm talking December. It's on a couple. It's like a week away, and it's. Oh man, I stuttered right there. It's so inspirational because I mean, like Case just drove me to that level, and Ducks also too. He don't know, but the talks that I have with him, like that's really inspirational, man. I love to build with people intellectually and just having fun, man. I don't even sometimes I come to spend time with my dogs. I don't come to be like I want to use up your heat and your lights. Nah. And I always pay my dues, man, always. So they don't know. But one of the biggest songs I wish I had already got it. It was supposed to get released, but I had to work out some technicalities and it would have already been released now, so you could hear all the new tracks now. But one track to look out for is Babbling.
Babylon. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So we're ready for it. As always, thank you to Tony Ducks. Thank you for the whole Radio FMF family. And
for
thank you,
sure.
Lucid Bars, for showing up and showing out.
Most definitely.
All right. Well, I hope everybody has a good night. And I don't have any more music for y'all. I played all the songs. Sorry. Well, y'all have a good night. And thank you again.
Peace. Bless.